morning, everybody. Welcome to Engaged Citizens. I am your host, Sharrie Ryan, and I am so excited. Today, I have Kelly Niles with us. He is running for Columbia County Commissioner. Welcome, Kelly. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, definitely. I'm really excited to talk to you. First off, can you give me a little bit before we go into who you are? Can you give us a little bit about what a county commissioner does?
County Commissioner. From what I've seen, read, talked to people, we do oversee the budget and several of the county departments that provide services to the citizens, like the transit district, roads, and things like that.
Okay.
Where I'm struggling a little bit is there are other department heads that are elected officials like myself. So the county commissioners work with the sheriff's department. Now, Sheriff
Okay.
Pixley, that position is an elected official. So one thing I want to work with whoever is in that position well, because I know that position's up for election as well. But
Yes.
it's like, as a county commissioner, do I oversee that person, or even the county clerk and stuff? Those are elected officials. But regardless of that,
Okay.
I'm a veteran, so I have a military background. So chain of command to me resonates very well.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, I want to figure out, okay, where I know we're county commissioners, but we have some overall responsibility for the county, but at what level do we work with our other department heads and things like that? But to me, it's
Yeah.
budget policy. There's the transit district, roads, and things like that that we oversee, protecting natural resources in the county, which is very important to me. But that's kind of how I see it for the county commissioners.
Okay. Thank you so much for that breakdown because that's helpful for, someone like me who is not been in politics for long and, in the know of all that stuff. So thank you so much. So, Kelly, can you tell us a little bit about you, who you are, how long you've lived in Columbia County and your family and stuff?
I've lived in Columbia County since May of 2003.
Okay.
I work for the Department of Forestry in Columbia City, where I'm the wildland fire supervisor. I've been in that position since 2003. Was promoted to that job from Springfield. Um, uh, so family's been here since then. Have a couple kids that went through the school district system, and I now have granddaughters that are just starting the into the St. Helens School District. So yeah, so I've been here a while. What is that? That's, let's see, 2003, 22. So what's that? 19 years?
Yeah, awesome. So you love it enough to stay here. And then now you're running for
Yes.
county commissioner. I love it. So why are you running for Columbia County, commissioner? Why are you running? Like, what is it that, what makes you want to do this job?
So, well, that's a great question. So I've been a public servant my entire life.
Hmm.
From working what I do now. I've been working as a, wildland firefighter. This is my 30th fire season, so I've been doing that a long time. Volunteer firefighter for over 20 years. Military veteran. So all these public service positions, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
I strongly believe that you get back what you put in. And so I'm like, well, I can actually retire today from forestry and be fine. But I'm
Mhm.
like, no, I still want to go do this and still go have some fun. And with the other things that I've done here in the community, I think I have a pretty good resume and background to help Columbia County move forward as a county commissioner. Because I look at now, like I said earlier, I have my daughter's here with her, and I have grandkids and that are in the school system and stuff like that. And I'm like, so this isn't about me. This is about our future generations. So I think
Yeah.
I can help put us on that path, and that's what I want to do.
That's great. Our kids are our future, and I love that's what motivates us for a lot of things is, seeing our kids happy in their lives, a good well-being, right?
Mhm.
So, what is the experience that you bring, to the table that you would bring as a county commissioner? What is the things that you've been involved with? What's on your resume? We've heard about the firefighting and
So
such.
Yeah, so let's see. So like I said, I'm wildland fire supervisor for the last 19 years. So that's a management position. So everybody that works for me is
Mhm,
union. So I'm very familiar with working with unions. Um, Also leadership in that position, same thing from the military is a lot of leadership experience.
mhm.
Um, I sit on the board of directors for Columbia River Fire and Rescue. So there's that policy budget stuff that we oversee there. I served on the school district budget committee for like 6 or 7 years. And that's the St. Helens School District. So budgeting again. I chair the Columbia City Planning Commission, and I've been doing that for like 8 years. So familiar with planning issues, planning stuff. I chair the Columbia County Homeland Security Emergency Management Commission. So we're a commission that is an advisory committee to the actual current Board of Commissioners. And we also assist the emergency management director if he's hiring positions and things like that. We help with that, and we do have some oversight on the budget as well for what he's doing there. Um, just and then also a volunteer firefighter. I was a volunteer firefighter with Columbia Fire and Rescue from 2003 until 2016 when I actually enjoyed doing that. It was a lot of fun, but
Mhm.
I had to resign because with the Columbia Fire and Rescue, I can't be on the board of directors and be a volunteer firefighter at the same time, a little bit of conflict of interest. So I
Okay.
resigned from being a volunteer and now I'm on the board there. So to me, that adds up to, like I said, I have management, leadership, planning, budgeting, a lot of experience
Yeah.
that I think I can bring to the table that's kind of a broad background.
Yeah. For sure. Thank you so much for sharing all that. And thank you for all of your service in our community of serving on those boards, you know? What do you feel that you've had, a really cool position in where, what is something that you've been proud of working with in our community?
So the most fun actually is the Homeland Security Emergency Management Commission that I'm part of is, I got to say, by far the coolest group of people I get to work with. So like I said, we're an advisory commission to the Board of County Commissioners for, emergency management stuff. So we
Yeah.
talk about fires, floods, school shooting stuff. So major events that we have.
Yeah.
But there's not any one. So we're and I'll use this term loosely as subject matter experts. I'm not an expert. I do have 30 years
Yeah.
of fighting forest fire, but that doesn't make me an expert. It's there's always new stuff to learn. But the
Hmm.
coolest thing is we have a group of people that come to the table that have those experiences, backgrounds, and we share them. So we have law enforcement, we have fire, the school superintendents are represented, the Granges of Columbia County are represented,
Wow.
city leaders, of course, emergency management. We have representation from our credit unions and
Oh, wow.
PUDs, and it's just the broad group of people that come together to have discussions about how we can plan for things, make things better. Or to me, the coolest part is I'm not a fan of reinventing the wheel. If somebody
Hmm.
has a great idea out there that is very successful and works, I'm like, why do I need to do all the work? How about I just call that person up and go, hey, I'd like to steal your idea and use it. That's the cool part is everybody has different backgrounds and experience that we share at the table, and
Yeah.
there's no judgment, there's no nothing, and we have great discussions because
Mm.
everybody has their own areas of expertise. And to me, that group is the most fun and diverse group that I get to be a part of. And I'm very fortunate. They keep making me the chair, and I'm like, I'm totally fine with somebody else doing this. I don't have to sit up here. And they're like, no, you're fine. Stay right where you're at. And I'm like, okay, cool. But that's the most fun I have because it's just the discussions and learning about all this stuff is just awesome.
Yeah, yeah. That is fantastic. Like that sounds so just amazing to be a part of, like you said, and that, that no judgment and coming together and coming up with solutions or coming up with things that need to be addressed. I absolutely love that too. That's cool that you've been a part of that. What are the things, this is just kind of, off the cuff, what are the things that you feel like if you were voted in as the county commissioner, what are the things, give us, your top two or three of things that you're like, I would really like to come in and be able to bring fresh blood to this, maybe address these right away. What are some of the things that stand out to you?
Hmm. So I think so. My plan, um, if elected, or I should be confident and say when elected, I could do that. Is so one of the things I'd like to do is I'm not a fan of raising more taxes to the taxpayers.
Mm,
We're all in a pinch and a bind and stuff, and I recognize that. So
mm,
one of the things I'd like to do first is find a way to bring in at least one or two people that are their full-time job is to find and write grants.
okay.
Because I mean, there are so many millions of dollars out there that, I mean, we're paying for it anyways. It's our tax
Yeah,
dollars that are going into grants, but why not go get that money, bring it back into the community and use it?
yeah,
So I would like to get a couple grant writers and just go and have them just start looking for and applying for grants to help out the county.
yeah.
I mean, some departments are doing it now. Like I've had conversations with our current sheriff, Sheriff Pixley,
Mm-hmm.
and I've asked him about grants and stuff, and he goes, "Yeah," he goes, we do apply for grants." He goes, "But it's like, one of our, deputies, patrol dep something is at home trying to do this on their day off, or he's
Right.
writing them or something like that, which I mean, they're being successful, which I'll give them a lot of
Mhm.
credit for, but it's also,
Yeah,
it kind of takes away from the job that there could be out there doing, or
yeah,
it takes longer and that. So just having people that can go gather the information and do that so that we can bring some of the money that we're paying out anyways in taxes and bring it back into the county to use. And I know that not
absolutely.
every grant we're not gonna qualify for every grant, um, because there's always strings attached when you get things like that. But
Yeah.
the worst they can do is tell us no, and we
Hmm.
keep going. So that's what I'd like to do. And whether it's for huge projects or even small things, it's like I told my kids when they were going to go to college. I'm like, apply for every scholarship you can. The
Yeah,
worst they can do is say no. I go, and even if it's a $500 scholarship, I said that's $500 more than you had yesterday.
exactly. Exactly. Right.
So that's one of the things I would like to do first is bring in some grant writers and start bringing in some money that we can use here in the county. And while we're doing that, one of the things I run on in my platform is collaboration.
Okay.
So, we have, St. Helens, Scappoose, Columbia City, actually the city of Prescott is actually a city. Rainier, Clatskanie, Vernonia, the community of Mist, and that if we can help out too with grant writers to help out the cities as well, why not collaborate and work together instead of competing against each other for grants? Why can't we do stuff together? So I'd like to see more of that as well.
I absolutely agree with that. We're a small community, we're a small county, and we can get all that we can. That would be great.
Yeah, we're
Right?
because we're like what? We're like 600 square miles or something. I know from my side it's like 400,000 acres or something like that. There's only
Mm,
50,000 people that are here. Let's work
yeah.
together.
Yes, totally agree. Totally agree. I love that approach, the collaboration, and that's something that you bring to the table. You have experience doing that, and it really helps to have that network of people to be able to reach out to, access, and work with. So
Oh,
that's awesome.
I've warned people that, like I said, the whole group at that HSEM thing, I have told them flat out when the meeting ends, I'm like, you guys know, and they're like, yeah, are you going to leave us? And I said, yes, I'm going to leave you. I said, but if I need help, I said, I'm going to call you. And they know it. And they're
Yeah,
like, yeah, give me a call. We'll help.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think I do think that's one of the strengths I bring is being here for like I said, almost 20 years. And then, through that, through my work where I go out and, everybody that owns forest land or burn slash or burn permits or stuff like that, fire department folks, everything. I've been seeing all these people for so many years that I've developed this huge group of people that I can call up and rely on, and they will
Yeah.
help if it's in
Yeah.
their wheelhouse. And so I think that's one of the strengths I do bring to the position is,
Mhm.
like I said, and I said this this last week when we did a debate at the chamber.
Mm.
I told the audience, I said, I'm not the smartest guy in the room. If I'm the smartest guy in the room, I'm in the wrong room. But I have a bunch of people that are like subject matter experts or whatever in their
Mhm.
field that,
Yeah.
I can call on and say, "Hey, I need some help with this. Can you help me out?" And
Yeah.
like I said, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes. And I'm like, cool, we're going to get some
Yeah.
expert, field work from this person that I can use to make a better decision as a commissioner.
Totally. Relying on our experts around us,
Hmm.
right? Well, Kelly, thank you so much for sharing all of that because we were talking before we started recording, and it's just like getting this word out of like who you are, what you're about, what you would bring to the table. I am excited that you're involved in forums and such, and that you're, getting that kind of, exposure and getting these things out. And so I'm going to be posting on this video, I'll be posting how to reach you, your website, and then also some Facebook information. And I just wish you good luck and hope to talk to you soon, okay?
Well, thanks for having me, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's trying to get the word out. There's so many avenues that I can't manage them all, but I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yes. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. You take care.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, bye-bye.